This is just a test streamed at the moment, guys, so excuse me for all the bumbling and the messing around. I've never done this on the phone before, so I don't know if this is going to work. But anyway, hopefully we'll get some people popping on. So as I said, this is just a test stream. I don't know if anybody can hear me. I really hope you can. I'm just using my phone. I've never done this before. Hey Brett, how are you? Can you hear me okay? I'm just, I've got a lot of people wanting us to go back to doing our live streams again, which is really difficult with the mail club that we're currently doing. So what I wanted to do was maybe just do some general chatting and some general crafting with you guys. You can ask questions and things like that. Okay, great. So unfortunately I've lost chat. All right, there they go. All right. Okay, so anyway, I was just sitting here today and I'm making up the little inspiration cards that are going into November's mail club box, and I thought maybe this might be a good chance to sit here with you guys and do a little bit of chat. So everyone can hear me, so that's great. Unfortunately, the chat messages keep disappearing, and as I said, I'm really new to this. I haven't used the phone before. We use different cameras and OBS and stuff normally, so stick with me, guys. Hopefully I can work this out. So as I said, I'm just making the little inspiration cards that I put into Mail Club. So I've cut my card and I'm just applying the colour to it now, which is, I use, and this is backwards. I'm going to have to work all this out, guys. These are Tim Holtz's Distress Oxides. So hey guys, thanks for popping in. Like glue. What's like glue in it? Sorry, I must have missed that. I don't know. The messages keep disappearing on me. They fade out and fade back, and I'm going to have to work. Oh, you can see it properly, Ray? Beautiful. All right, that's awesome. So yeah, so all I do to start with is I colour the cards. I generally choose 3 different colours, colour the cards, and then I stamp them and heat emboss them and all of that sort of thing. So I thought it's a nice Sunday morning. The man is out mowing the front lawn and I'm in the craft room. So I thought I might spend it with you guys and just chat, and maybe you might have some idea for what you'd like to see in some live streams. So I don't necessarily looking for the live streams to be a teaching medium. I'm looking for it more to be a chat, because everybody's telling me how much they miss the chats. And I'm not seeing anything again. Okay. Oh, you're stuck with me like glue. When he's done, he can come do your lawn. Yeah, no. I can ask though, innit? Might be a bit far to travel. Yeah, so there's obviously going to be a few things I'm going to have to work out, because the chat keeps disappearing on me and it takes up the whole screen. So I hope you guys can actually even see what I'm doing. So I'm just applying. Does he contract out? Well, it's actually unusual for him to be mowing. Usually one of the kids mow and he does the whippersnippering, but he's out mowing the front lawn this morning. So I'm not sure. Maybe he just wants a change. And the chat's disappeared again. Okay. So yeah. So this chat is for you guys as much as it is, or even more than it is for me. So let me know the sort of things that you would like to do. Do you just want to see me do different things like this? As I said, I'm not looking for it to be necessarily chainmail related all the time, although I'm happy to do quick demonstrations or answer questions or something like that. Because it's a different camera setup, I'm not going to be able to teach the same way we normally do, because I normally have the camera sitting in front of me rather than to the side. But yeah, let me know, guys. Does this work for you? Is this something you might be interested in? I just thought it'd be a really good way to keep in contact, because a lot of people have been telling me that they miss the toing and froing with the chats. So yeah, just pretty colours. So this is what I do for those that get Mail Club, that get all those little inspiration cards. I hope you don't throw them out. I put a lot of work into them. Oh, it's popped back up again. Hey, Carrie from California. You like the interaction, Ray? Yeah, look, I won't lie. It's nice to not be tied down to the computer for a chat session each week. That's really nice for us as a family. Our Saturdays have become a lot more relaxed, which is, great. But yeah, it's not the same chatting with you guys. Chat only appears with someone types. Yeah, that could be it too, Brett. As I said, I am totally new to this. Yeah, Ray, I'm thinking at the moment this sort of thing's going to be impromptu, that we probably won't even tie it down to a certain amount of times. Just maybe when I'm doing something, which means a lot of this chat will happen probably through the day rather than nighttime. I'm not like most artists. I actually don't thrive at night. I'm better through the day. I'm better first thing in the morning. I know a lot of crafty and arty people like to do it at nighttime, and that's just not me. I'm a morning person more than a night person. So these sort of live sessions will probably most likely be early morning here in Australia, which I would assume is afternoon, early evening for people in the States and things like that. I don't know what time it is there at the moment. But yeah, so this is just a thought. So if you guys have anything you want to chat about, or any questions, or anything you want to see, let me know. Don't let me babble just to myself. I'm not very good at babbling to myself. I'm a quiet person normally. 8:23 in Philly, so I'm assuming that's PM, so 5 PM in California. Okay, so this sort of time probably works better for you guys in the States then, rather than 7 o'clock at night for us, which seems to be like 4 o'clock in the morning for you guys, which I wouldn't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Awesome. Okay, cool. Alright, so do we have any other stampers or people that work with distressed oxides or anything watching at the moment? I don't know what you guys are interested in, whether you just want to come along for the ride and watch what I do. So I've got about 50 of these little cards at Drunken Chat. I don't know how Drunken Chats will go with YouTube. They frown at those sorts of things, and then they demonetize us, and that doesn't make them happy. They're getting quite strict. Don't worry, Louise, you're all just along for the ride, okay? No worries. Alright, so as I said, I got about 50 of these little cards to make up for the subscription box, which will go out next week, in the next couple of days. I'm a little behind, which is not unusual. I am usually a little behind, but not as behind as I was for last month's. A little bit more organised. So I just apply this colour first, and then once it's dried later, we'll stamp it. I'm thinking of heat embossing this one. Okay, so the subscription box, this particular one that I'm doing this for is our Mail Club subscription box, which goes out monthly to participants. And our current one is based on our projects that we do. So all our premiere streams, if you've had a look at some of our previous videos, and we had one last night, that's our project-based one. it used to be weave based. It was weave based for 2 years, but now that I've taught you a lot of the weaves, we're more about using them in pieces and you know, going further with your mail. So the subscription box goes out once a month. It has at least 2 kits in it. October's went out with 4 kits in it. But it has at least 2 kits. It depends on the size of the kits, the cost of the components. I'm trying to use more beads and things. So a lot of the beads that are going out are Swarovskis or Czech crystal, things like that. So that goes out 2 projects. So you get the instructions emailed to you. You get the projects sent out in the mail to you. And then we do the videos every 2nd and 4th Tuesday of the month for the projects. So sign up for that is on our website. So you can go there and have a look and check that out. There are 3 levels of subscription at the moment. You can do it monthly, you can do it 3 monthly, 6 monthly. The 6 monthly and the 3 monthly options are about to be closed. Soon we'll be closing those down. It's cheaper to do it that way. We'll be closing the 6 monthly ones down to any new sign-ups, and it'll only be monthly from now on. So if you're interested and you want to save yourself a couple of bucks each month, hey Erin, no worries. How are you? Yeah, so that's on the website. And if you don't want to do that one, we have the back catalogue, which is some of the previous weaves that we did, and hopefully we should have back catalogue volume 2 coming up on the website soon. Some of the people that subscribe to volume 1 have rolled over into volume 2 automatically, and they're receiving those kits, but we haven't released it to the general public yet. We're going to finish getting the web page all set up. So yeah, that's it. But as I said, it's on the website. Check out information and the prices and everything there. So does anybody have any other questions or anything that they want to talk about? Feedback? Oh, awesome, Emily. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. It's nice to get the feedback to know that they are actually helping people. It can be difficult when you sit here in a vacuum and you don't know whether, because what I say makes sense to me, it just may not make sense to everybody else. So I'm really pleased to hear that people are actually getting some use out of them. Okay. So this is my little craft room. I haven't had it for very long. I used to always forget the like button. Oh, smash the like button, Rita. It's always appreciated. Lets YouTube know that you like us. And if you like us, they like us. And then they recommend our videos to more people, which is a good thing. Alright, no worries, Ray. I'm glad you're learning it, Rita. Are you enjoying it? Do you have a favourite weave yet? You're enjoying it? Do you have a weave that you like, Rita, or are you still too new to it? I'm getting all inky. Getting the sore hands calloused. Well, you don't want to hurt yourself too much. Breaks are always good. Oh, you're very welcome. Full Persian is your favourite, Annette? I do like the Persian weaves. Probably half Persian 4-in-1 is probably my favourite Persian weave. But I probably wear more gens pinned than I do anything else. Alright, well this sort of seems to be working. So we'll have to, like if you guys want to even send me some messages later and let me know the sort of stuff that you want to see. If you've got things you want answered, or as I said, I'm not looking to make it a full-on teaching experience, but Byzantine, yeah. Byzantine's a really good weave. It's the basis of so many weaves and so many projects. It's so versatile. It's really, you know, people complain that it's basic and it's boring, but it doesn't have to be. Viperiberis, yeah, that's a nice weave. I like it in the finer gauges. Okay. Dragon scale. Hi, Piranha Cat. I have to concentrate too hard on JPL. JPL, I think once you get over the concern that it's a difficult weave, it's not that hard. If you see the pattern and you stick with the pattern, it's like any of the weaves. If you stick with the pattern, it's not that difficult. It's got a reputation of being really difficult, and I think that frightens people. And it's a shame because it's not really that difficult. The 5-pointed star with the bead captures, yeah, they're sweet, aren't they? I got into chainmail for something to do, basically. I had just moved up here to the Blue Mountains. We've moved up here because my youngest was ill in the city, and the houses in the city tend to be a lot more dusty and a lot more mildewy, and we moved up here to the mountains in an attempt to help him get better, which meant I left all my friends behind. I knew nobody up here, and I was looking for something to do, and eventually I landed on chainmail. So from that I went to running a supply business. So that's the short story, but yeah, basically just looking for something to do. Left all my friends behind and didn't know anybody, and had 3 kids in school and 1 baby still at home, and just needed something to do. I picked up a beading magazine, and it was actually featured in a beading magazine at the time. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Rita. I'm glad you happened upon me. I like that. Alright, how many for this colour have we got? Do a couple more. Do 5 more. Okay. Hey, Janine. Does anybody else want to share? How do I put the images on them? So I stamped them. So I don't have many stamps. I've only just started stamping. In fact, making these inspiration cards was the reason why I started stamping in the first place. So I've got a few stamps that have, oh God, what do they call them? I can't think of the phrase that they use. But it's got little sayings and things like that on them. So I stamp these onto the images. So sometimes I just stamp straight black. Last month I used gold. And then what I have been doing is what they call heat embossing, where you stamp it with basically a glue and you sprinkle embossing powder, which is little jars of like a fine, I don't know what they're actually made out of, whether it's a plastic or it's a glass. It's a fine powder anyway. It sticks to the glue that you've stamped, and then you apply heat to it, and it melts it, so it gives it a raised shiny surface, which is a bit of fun to be honest. I enjoy it. So I don't have very much. This is probably the only pretty one I've got, and I haven't had a lot of luck embossing this one. I haven't been happy with the results of it. So usually I do silver or gold. But very new to that and looking to expand. So this gives me a reason to buy lots of fun craft stuff. But these are just distress oxides, they're just inks. These ones are water reactive, so you can do things like spray water on them and get different effects. Let's see if I've got one. I may not be able to see them very well. This one's very subtle. So the patterning in that was just me laying down, getting a stencil and wetting the stencil and laying it down on top of the card, and you can see that the ink reacted with the wet stencil, leaving the patterning behind. So you can do all sorts of cute, funny things like that with it. You can just spray them. That one's a little bit subtler. So it just gives it a bit of a weathered textured look. The embossed star. Okay, yeah, that was cute, wasn't it, that little one? So this one, let's see, these are just some samples I didn't end up sending out. So this one's got it's got gold embossing on it. And that one is silver. I can't tell if you're good seeing these because they keep popping up. The chat keeps popping up. And then this is black, but the black embossing doesn't work all that well. It's a bit messy. Usually what they do is they stamp it with black ink, I've discovered, and put clear embossing powder over the top. But yeah, it's a bit of fun. I'm enjoying it. Gives me something a bit different to do than straight mail all the time. And hopefully you guys like the pretties, because I sort of think it's nice when someone contacts me and tells me how much they appreciate the videos and how much of a difference it's made for them, and I really like hearing that, and it really lifts me up because I don't always get nice positive messages. So when I do, I appreciate it, and that was the reason why I wanted to pop these little inspirational sayings into the Mail Club kits, so that you know, I'm hoping it'll give you guys a boost if you need one. And if you don't like them, then I guess you can just throw them away. But yeah, that's why I do it. A friend in high school was making chainmail. Cool. Yeah, I'd never seen it, never really seen it before until I picked up a beading magazine. And I didn't want to bead. I'm not a beader, but I didn't know what else to do. And as I said, I was looking for something to do because I used to make soaps at the time. But with my youngest one being so ill and such a clingy baby, I couldn't make soaps anymore because I used to use lye and it was just too dangerous with him. And so I was looking for something else to do. And yeah, many years later. I don't know if he likes the lollies. Well, I hope he likes the ones that are coming out this month. With the whole Halloween thing, there's more packets of lollies around, so that was easier. Maybe I should buy several packs of lollies and keep them. It's hard to find lollies that are wrapped, because I don't want to send stuff to you guys that's not wrapped. So that's actually proving more difficult than you'd think. Someone else might need a boost. Yeah, I mean, I hope that some people are enjoying them in it. I mean, that was my motivation for doing it, because, like I said, a nice comment from you guys can make my day, especially if I've had an absolutely crappy day. And I know how much I appreciate those comments when people reach out just to tell me how much they're enjoying the videos or something. You know, there's no other reason than to tell me that, you know, it's made a difference to them. So I thought I'd just reach out and tell people that they make a difference. And they make a difference to my life. Because I love yous all. Sorry, I saw Ray pop up a message, but it's disappeared on me again. I'm going to have to see. Dabbled in mail, but really got into it and gave up smoking. Oh, okay, yep. This is a better time, Lisa, is it, than 4 o'clock in the morning? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even... I got my daggy old shirt on, and I barely brushed my hair, but I figured you guys will forgive me. Oh, I've managed to put that embossing powder everywhere. How early is it here? It's, I don't have a clue what time it is, and my phone's being used. I don't know. Can someone tell us what time it is? Oh, 11:40 a.m. There you go. So it's just before midday on Sunday. So I think this is a nice relaxed time to do it. Yeah, no, not early for me, no. Rather watching. fair call. Well, at least I know I beat out housework, at least I beat something out. Hopefully this isn't shaking the table too much. Am I shaking the table too much, guys? Am I wiggling? Nope. Oh, good. Alright, that's good, because I actually do make the table wiggle a bit, so I was a bit worried you guys might be feeling a bit seasick. So who's got any exciting plans other than housework today then? Because mine's pretty much this and housework. No plans? Everyone's just doing housework? You're a beater, mailer, and a silversmith. I love to mix all 3 techniques. You're still in your PJs, dying. I'd love to do some silversmithing. Piranha. I'd actually like to work with some, and I know most silversmiths consider it cheating, but I'd like to work with some precious metal clay. Unfortunately, I don't have a kiln. I don't have the budget or the room for a kiln at the moment either, but I'd love to make some of my own pieces to use in chainmail using the precious metal clays. That would be fabulous. The closest I've got to metal smithing is fusing fine silver rings. Might try and finish diamond dot. Okay, yep. Yeah, I don't know whether I want to do those or not. Doing wire weaving while watching you. Awesome. Hey Denise. Denise, I hope that's how you say that. I'm glad you're doing something while watching me. That's a great idea. Wire weaving is not something I excel at. I did try once, and I'm not good at it. So I didn't continue with it. I am at the moment doing watercolour painting. I don't normally paint. I don't normally draw. I'm not an artist on any level, but watercolours just appeal to me. So last Christmas, I think it was, my number 2 boy bought me some watercolours, and I only got around the other day actually cracking them open, and I did these. I'm pretty proud of them. They're not very good, but they were my first go at ever even putting brush to a watercolour. So I'm spending a bit of time doing that sort of stuff at the moment. Sitting on your bed keeping your cat and 2 dogs company. Awesome, Annette. What could be more important than that? So yeah, I'm trying to branch out, do a couple of different things. Chainmail has been pretty much my obsession for the last dozen years, and I've decided I need to start branching out and doing some other things as well. So I'm buying, poor old Chris, I'm buying lots of pretty pens and paints and paintbrushes and sketchbooks and all sorts of funny things. Sounds like a plan, Piranha? I need new clothes. I haven't bought new clothes for a very long time. I need to get myself some. It'd probably be a Christmas present to myself. Alright, that's that colour combination done, I think. Bit sick of looking at that one. What else could I do? Oh, maybe that one. I might send that one. So squeeze lemonade and barn door and there's carved pumpkin. There we go. That sounds appropriate for it being Halloween in the States. Still got 18 to go. Yeah, it is a red. It's not a fire engine red. As soon as I find the applicator, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I know I've got one somewhere. There we go. Yeah, it's more of a, I don't know, it looks a little bit more of an orangey red than a red. Does that make sense? Trying to remember all your distressing colours. I wish I had all the colours in it. I've only got about half. So these are the actual oxides, which is a little bit different than the inks, I believe. Hey, Anna love. No, we don't really do Halloween here. It's becoming more of a thing, but it's not really. It's not a big thing here yet. The shops are certainly pushing it hard. There's a lot of Halloween candy and decorations and things, but it's not something that's being taken up readily at this stage. Used to have them too, stopped card making. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. This just seems like a bit of fun to me. So I don't actually make cards. I don't have all the bits and bobs, and oh my god, you can get so much stuff. Chainmail's got nothing on the things you can buy for card making, I've decided. People go crazy in Canada. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Look, we don't give out goodies ourselves. I don't know. That may change in the future, but as I said, right now it's not a big deal. I don't really have a problem with it not being a big deal. Yeah, what do you think of that colour combination? I don't mind it. You have quite a bit of stuff dyed? Oh. Maybe I should go to your place. Yeah, my fetish at the moment is pens. I have to admit, I've always loved pens. I've always had a thing for pens, but I've always tried to be practical. Um, but I've decided, screw practical. I'm going to buy the pretties. Used to inking of pictures. No, don't disappear for me. Oh, disappears so quick. And then oil paints for rouging over the top. I loved it. Okay. Your whole house is a craft room. Yeah, Chris gets upset when I do that. The business takes over so much of the house, so I'm trying to rein that in and be a little bit more organised. The house we were in before we moved into this one was a lot smaller, and it was horrible. Trying to run a business and live in a tiny space with 4 kids, and so this current place we're in is much better, and the kids are getting older, so they're moving out of home and things. So yeah, after I let these sit for a while and dry, because if I want to emboss them, they can't be wet. The embossing powder will stick to them in places that I don't want it to stick. So I will need to let them dry. But I'm probably going to have to go and put a band-aid on this spot. I got a blister from doing last month's, and it still hasn't, the spot still hasn't cleared up, so I think I'm going to have to go put a band-aid on it, so I don't end up with another blister. Crochet. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting to know. I do like crochet. I haven't done much for very long. I've never really followed a pattern, to be honest. So I did actually see a kit down at Spotlight the other day for some crochet dogs. I almost went ahead and did. Oh, some of them are a bit hit and miss. Some of the blends are really nice. Sometimes I worry about the blends and getting it nice. Today, I'm not so worried, especially the green and blues. My green needs to be re-inked, so I didn't have a lot of colour to lay down. So that one looks a bit splotchy, so apologies to anybody that gets that colour. I've got a re-ink it sitting in my cart. Still got a little bit to go. Oh, awesome. Yeah, the stretchy helm's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's so easy to weave up. We have a lot of high schools that teach that to their students. Yeah, I'm not sure about that with these hybrid inks. I know that you can't store them on their sides, these particular ones. So normal ink pads you can store on their sides and it doesn't upset them, but these hybrid inks, got to be a little bit more careful with the way you store them. I don't know about storing them upside down like that. Give it a go, I see. Do it with my least favourite colour. You store all of them. So the distress oxides as well in it. Because their formulation's a little bit different than a lot of the other ink pads, from my understanding. My daughter used some of these for her major drama work for her HSC, so I think some of them might have got used up doing that as well. You don't have the oxides, yeah. I don't know. I see so many different, well, it's like with anything. So everybody's got an opinion about how you should store things. Yeah, cut them into strips, form them into links. Yeah, used to do that when the kids were little, but although my daughter's doing her HSC, she's got one more exam next week, and she's finished. She's finished really early, so she might want to make Christmas decorations or something to do. She tells me she's got a whole Pinterest board of all things she wants to do while she waits to see what happens with her HSC marks and whether she gets into the university course that she wants or not. VCE exam on Wednesdays. Okay, so that's like our HSC then, I'm assuming. The Year 12 exams. Yeah, the fires are not good, Di, are they? Some areas are getting hit really bad with them. I hope you keep safe, sweetheart. We are safe here at the moment, thankfully. Yeah, well, I've just got Owen left after Kira finishes, and I said she's got her last HSC exam on Tuesday. It's a drama exam. And then, except for the formal dinner, she's done. She's already graduated and everything. And then we'll see what next year holds. See how her see what sort of marks she got. And plan it out from there. Yeah, darn. Stay safe, honey. I don't like how quick these messages disappear. I'm going to have to see if I can do something about that next time. Maybe if I have a second screen in front of me, like a computer monitor or something. Have you tried paper? I'm not sure what you mean there, honey. Finish last year, yeah. Yeah, look, Sean, who was our eldest, went to his dinner. Jake didn't go. It wasn't something that Jake was interested in. Kira will go. She went to her Year 10 one, and she'll go to this one as well. We're waiting for her dress to arrive, actually. I hope it's alright. We ordered it online, so it was made for her. Hopefully it arrives and it doesn't actually need any, or need too much adjustments done to it. It's much different having a girl do the formals. The guys, you go out, you hire a suit. That's it. Girls, there's the dress, there's the shoes, there's the handbag, there's the makeup, there's the hair, there's the jewellery. Nails. Nails are a problem. It's much easier having boys that graduate. Yeah, unfortunately we've got a few areas at the moment that are getting smashed with fires. I'm not up on the news, so I don't know whether there's been any properties lost recently. Hopefully not. So I think it was about this time, it's been like 6 years ago now when the fires tore through here. Paper towel is like taking 5 sheets of the same picture and turning it. Oh, right, okay. I see. I think I know what you're talking about there. Sorry about that. I think it might have dropped out there for a minute. Actually, come to think of it, I think I'm using the house connection. I don't know whether that's a smart thing or not, but I'm just laying down some colour on some cards, Magda, that will I'll stamp and includes in our mail club subscription boxes that go out. So these are like little inspiration cards, little positive affirmation messages that I send out to our mail club subscribers each month. So I'm just inking these up at the moment, and then I'll stamp them and probably emboss them before they go into the boxes next week. Yeah, I like the colouring. It's a bit of fun. Last month things got away from me, and it was a bit of a chore, but generally I like making them. I don't know if everybody realises they're handmade. Hopefully they do now. Hopefully I'm not putting ink on my forehead. This just gives me something a little bit different to chainmail to do. We've been running Aussie Mail now for 11 years, so 11 years of just Aussie Mail, and a few years before that of making jewellery. Starting to get a little burned out with chainmail. So this is my attempt to still make it relevant, but give me something else to do as well, and hopefully bring a bit of colour to somebody's day. Can't be perfect all the time. Oh, I'm pleased you're happy, Magda. We've got quite a lot of videos there now. Some of them I think I will need to redo, especially some of our earlier ones and the ones that we did on Facebook to start with, and then we just uploaded them here. The compression is not so great on the videos. So some of those I might eventually start to redo. But hopefully you're finding them useful anyway. Nearly done. So I'll probably keep going until I finish these, and then we might call it quits because we've been on for 48 minutes now. Let you guys get back to your housework. I hope so, Denise. I hope everybody appreciates them. But if they don't, that's fine as well. If they don't need to see the message or hear the message, that's fine. As long as, hopefully, if there's one person that needs to hear a positive message and they open the box up, hopefully, it'll be worth it. Plus the lollies. I hope everybody's enjoying the lollies. And the mail, of course. Once I get my show orders, I want to try the dragon scale. How often are we going to do the live chat? I don't know at this stage, love. A lot of it will depend on what I've got going on and whether it's something I can sit down and do like this. I just decided to do this today. This was not planned at all. In fact, Chris didn't even know I was going to do it. I was just sitting here making these cards up, and I thought I would test this and see how it goes, because like I said, this is a completely different camera setup than we normally use. We don't normally use the app to go live with, so I didn't know if it was even going to work, to be honest. Just popped up on your phone? Yeah, it wasn't planned at all, sweetheart. It was just, I sat down and started doing this, and I thought, let's see if it will even work, because we've been talking about doing the live, bringing some live chats back, As I said, I didn't even know if it was going to work. Hey, Donna Love. Oh, I don't like the way the chat keeps disappearing so quickly, though. I need to look into some settings or something. Because it only stays up for a couple of seconds for me and then disappears, so I don't get to read everybody's messages. Hey, Sparkies. Haven't seen you for a while. Haven't found everything yet. Yeah, just inking the inspiration cards up, Kerry. The ones that go in your mailbox. Yeah, mailbox. Hey, Kim. Oh, I hope it does, Janine. That's what I hope it does do. But like I said, even if it doesn't, I don't mind sitting here and doing it. It's a nice way to relax. Yeah, we're a little bit, we've been getting quite a bit of feedback that people are missing the live chats. It's not possible, well, it's not that it's impossible, but it's a lot harder to do the projects live because they're not just straight weaves. But, so we probably won't do much mail-related live chats, but if you've got something quick, or some questions, or you want to look at a piece or something, we can do something like that. Okay, so most of the thumbnails, especially recent thumbnails that we use for our videos, are actual stills taken from the video. So I just find a picture in the video that I like and capture that as a still. And then a lot of the stuff that gets used on social media and the stuff that is on the front page of the tutorials, that's all just taken with my phone. I've got a little setup with some props and a couple of lights and things, and I just take it with my phone. Some of the processing sometimes I'll do on Photoshop, but I've got a really good app that I quite enjoy, Snapseed, I think it's called, on the phone. And it does some really sweet little things. So, yeah, I do all my own photography, basically. Photography was something I used to be interested in quite some time ago. It's not something I get a lot to do anymore. But yeah. It's all my own work. It's all me. I love these Distress oxides. They just, a bit of water and they clean up. No gunk. Alright. Well, that's it. I've done all the cards. So, here we go. They're all coloured. So I'll just wait for those to dry a little bit. And then I'll probably emboss them maybe tonight so that they're ready to go out. Best way to display and show your products. Do you mean in a craft, like a stall situation? Generally, I find with a stall, don't overcomplicate it, to be honest. You want to put a reasonable amount of stuff out, but you want to give it a little bit of space and you want it to breathe. You don't want people to be overwhelmed with what you've got offering. If you've got different levels of where your stuff is, this is Tim Holtz's glass media mat. Tonic Studios. Let me see. I'll try not to jiggle you guys too hard. I'm just going to pick the whole phone up. So I can't really see what you're seeing, so I hope you can see it. So it's glass, it's tempered glass. So you've got a grid surface here, And then over here, can I bring it in? There's a white one. This one you use a lot for if you need to, like watercolouring or things like that. You need to see the true colour on the white. But because it's tempered glass, it just cleans up in most cases with, let's see if I can get this back to the same spot. Most cases with water. If it doesn't clean up with water, then baby wipes usually cleans it up. I can heat emboss on it because it's the heat from the heat gun, which is quite intense, doesn't hurt it. So it's, it's not the cheapest thing on earth, but it's really good. Yeah, I do pretty much everything on it, to be honest. There's not a lot I don't do on this one. They do say that you can cut on it, but I do worry about, I don't know, glass and blades. I don't think that's a good mix. I actually don't know where he is, Sparky's. He was out mowing the lawn earlier, and then I watched him get in the car and drive off. So he's either gone to the shops or he's run away. I'm not sure. I dabble in polymer clay, Isabel. I barely do polymer clay. It is something I want to do. I've actually got this piece. It's been sitting here on my workbench for probably a couple of months. You can see that it's leached out on the paper. I've been trying to make cabs and things and pieces to use in conjunction with chainmail. So it is something I'm interested in, but I don't do a lot of. I'd like to get some more time to do a lot of. But yeah, I guess there's no need to rush. Hopefully there's plenty of time. When I see him next, Sparky's, I will tell him. But yeah, I don't know where he's gone, to be honest. He was, like I said, he was doing the front lawn, and then I watched him get in the car and disappear. So hopefully he hasn't run away and left me. Yeah, I really got to fix this chat. It just keeps disappearing so quickly on me. I'm going to have to watch some YouTube videos, I think. See how I can change. There's got to be some settings and things that I can tweak. So I just keep these daubers. I have one of these sponge things for each colour, and I just keep them in plastic bags. Some people have one of these for each one, but I can't afford that many tools. And again, that's just disappeared before I could read it. Store them on a product called Go Between. It's a freezer film. Okay. Yeah, this is just, basically, backing from sticker labels, basically. I have a ton of it from putting labels on our bags. Normally I don't let it sit that long, but I did it. This is with the interference paints from Art Deco. I was playing with those. So then I would cut this out and bake it and then put some resin on it, is what I wanted to do, but I never got past putting the interference paints on, and it's been so long now, I'm not sure what it's going to look like. But yeah, all in the name of trying to not burn out, basically. Alright guys, well we're coming up to an hour, so I should probably call that quits and go and see if I can find my husband. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it, and it is just me playing at this stage, but yeah, I didn't mean to leave it on there at all. It just turned out that way. Got distracted. And didn't go back and finish it. But I was having a look at that Fimo leather. Annette, have you had time to play with that? That looks really interesting. I'm really very interested in that one. I want to get some off Danny, but I've got so much on at the moment that I know that if I get it, I won't actually do anything with it. Coming up to Christmas, we're so busy. I haven't got any tutorials on that. I suppose I could do that as a thing to do one day. Yvonne. Yeah, I've seen some of Yvonne's tutorials. She does seem to have some good information. Danny just yeah. It looks great. I can't wait to actually have a play with it. Yeah. Because I've been wanting to incorporate leather with chainmail, and I'm just wondering if this is a really nice alternative. Because I see you can stitch it and do things like that, so I'm assuming we can rivet it, all of that sort of fun stuff. So I've got these ideas that I've been wanting to do with leather, but I'm not a leather worker. I want to be a leather worker. Haven't done leather work since primary school, so that's way too long ago. But yeah, I think this Fimo leather has potential. Depends on I guess it depends on its durability. I don't know if it's as durable as leather. Yeah, yeah. I should get some and have a play. We'll see. Alright guys, well, as I said, I finished colouring all my cards. I'm going to spread them out and let them dry a little bit, and I'm going to go and start bagging up some beautiful Swarovskis that I bought for you guys. I think you're going to love them. I love them. I've got 2 bracelets on and a hairband, so I'll take that off. So this one is European 4-in-1 in 20 gauge stainless steel with Vipera Beris on the edges. It's been edged. This one is a JPL. It's done with diamond wire, again in stainless steel. I tend to wear mostly stainless steel myself. I tarnish metals really badly. I'm not even halfway through a piece if I'm working on copper or jewellery brass or anything else without it being stained. So I don't tend to wear a lot of base metals, but I do, and I don't wear bright aluminium because I do terrible things to that as well. So I usually just wear stainless steel if I wear anything. Alright peeps, well hopefully you enjoyed this. Leave some comments, some suggestions or anything else that you want. Hair tie accessories, yeah. Or I walk around with one of those hair clips, the ones that, you know, with the hair clips. I usually walk around with those attached to my shirt or the bottom of my shirt or something. I hate my hair being down. But yeah, as I said guys, thanks for popping along and being part of this. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And at this stage I won't plan what days. Yeah, well hopefully we can do that journey together, Marion. That'll be really good. I won't plan an actual live session or anything at this stage, especially this time of year. We're really busy. But if I have anything like this where I'm just sitting here doing work like this, or even just bagging stuff, I might get in contact with you guys and see if you're up for a chat. But thanks for coming along. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to drop any comments or suggestions or anything else that you would like to see in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up. YouTube likes that. And I'll catch up with you guys next time. Alright guys. Mwah! Love yous all. I'm not going to work out how to turn this off now. Alright beautiful people. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, let's see if I can work out how to turn this off. Let me see, does that do it? I think it does. Alright guys. See you.